Hello everyone, I'm Jake with the Lost Isle team for another round of developer Q&A. We've had some good questions submitted over the last few weeks, and I selected a few to go over today. So let's just jump right in. So the first question is related to a short sneak peek that I shared a few weeks ago regarding building and base building, specifically with the Adobe tier. And the question is, will there be a way to craft Adobe bricks? So there actually already is a way to craft Adobe bricks, but it's not very obvious, and we probably need to make it a little more clear how to do that. But basically, it's through the furnace. So you can see here in this screenshot that when you combine plant fibers and dirt, it outputs Adobe bricks. And if you hover over in the top right, there's a little question mark icon. If you hover over that icon, it'll tell you the full list of things that you can craft through the furnace. And obviously, we need to do a little bit of UI work here. The text isn't quite fitting in the window and everything, but and in fact, we probably need to add on the tooltip of the Adobe brick that you can craft these through the furnace, or some sort of hint like that, so that it's more obvious how you can craft them. But that does already exist. This question seems pretty simple, but I wanted to share it because it's one of those things that as game developers we get sort of tunnel visioned. And so the short answer is, will there be a way to craft Adobe bricks? Answer: yes, there actually already is a way, and it's through the furnace. But as developers, we get pretty tunnel visioned. We've been working on this project forever, and there are a lot of things that are extremely obvious to us because we've been in it for so long that are not obvious to people who are getting their hands on the game for the first time. And this is a perfect example of that, where it doesn't say anywhere on the Adobe bricks how to craft them, right? So how would you know that they are craftable? They're not something that you research, and they don't show up in the crafting menu if you search for them, because it's something that you refine through the furnace, like iron bars or steel bars or things like that. So it's just not obvious, and it doesn't say anywhere how to do it. So even though the answer to this question is very simple, I wanted to bring it up because it's a perfect example of something that that wasn't obvious to us, that it wasn't obvious to players how to make them. So we're going to do better with that, and we're going to try to keep an eye out for other examples of that. And if you find any more examples of things like this, if there's other things that are not clear, when you're doing a play test or whatever, please share them with us, because this is stuff that we want to make sure that we nail. All right, question number 2. Will there be other mounts besides horses? Yes, so right now we do just have the one mount. Well, actually we have 2 mounts. There's the horse for land, and then there's a little wooden rowboat for ponds and rivers. We just added rivers, so now you can go through them on in the boat, and then around the ocean too. But I know this question was more directed towards land mounts and different animal types and stuff like that. And so the short answer is yes, we definitely do plan to add more variety in terms of mounts. We don't have concrete plans for what they will be exactly. One thing that we've talked about is implementing some sort of a magic grow potion that you can throw at a rabbit or a raccoon or another small animal, and then it would grow into a mount size, and you can ride those around and have hopping around on a rabbit or whatever, and it'd be pretty fun. The other option is to go obviously a more fantasy route and add some different types of creatures and things outside of the regular animal category. But we don't have anything concrete for that yet. Although we do plan to expand on that in the future. But if you have any suggestions, we're definitely open to those. So feel free to come into the Discord and say, hey, we should have this kind of mount, and we'd be, we'll see what we can do about that. And the third and last question that I wanted to go over today, and this one will be a little bit longer than the first 2. A version of this question has been asked in several different ways over over a long time, over the last year or 2 even. And so I wanted to kind of address it today. So it's the question is, will there be a guild system or something similar to play with friends aside from just adding names to property deeds? So what makes a game like Lost Isle appealing is definitely the multiplayer aspect. Other similar games are heavily PvP oriented, and Lost Isle certainly is as well, although we will have PvE servers. But it's fun to play with other people. It's fun to run into other people. It's fun to team up and make friends and allies and betray each other sometimes and whatever. But the point is, the multiplayer aspect of a game like ours is what makes it the most appealing. And so this question is obviously very appropriate and something that we wanted to address. So We have been working on a party system that is nearly complete, and it will be ready for the next public playtest. And I'm actually going to show a video about it today. Just a really quick video, and it's a little bit, the UI is under construction, but functionally it's like 99% there, and it'll be ready before the next playtest, like I said. So look forward to that. But as far as guilds are concerned, so like outside of just playing with a party, you know, a handful of friends, this is something we plan on exploring in the future, but it won't be ready at the time of early access. We just want to make sure that we do that right, and it's there's a lot that there's a very simple form of that we could do, but we'd rather just do it all the way and make it really cool and awesome and unique. And so that's something that we definitely intend to do, but not right now. So for now, there is the deed system, which was hinted at in this question. So you can go up to, you can let somebody into your base, and if they sign their name on the deed, then they can use all the same deployables as you. They can add onto the base, all that stuff. They get all the same build privilege as you. And they don't need to be in a party for that. They just need to have their name on the property deed. But what we've worked on now is a party system, and I'll just show the video here and kind of talk over it and explain some of the things that we've been working on. So the first part of our party system that you'll encounter is in the main menu or the lobby. And so you'll see right when you join, you'll see your list of Steam friends in the left side. And when you invite someone to join your party, below the friends list, their profile pictures will go down there, and it'll show that they're in your party. And again, the UI is rough, and it will be vastly improved over the next week or two. And you have the option here to leave the party. If you're the party leader, so you have like the little crown, you can kick people from the party. If you're not the party leader, you can leave yourself. But only the party leader can kick for obvious reasons. This is what it looks like when you are invited to join a party. And you can either accept or deny. So now you can see that as I'm not the leader in this party, I don't have the option to kick anyone else, but I can leave myself. Okay, so I'm going to invite my friend again, and then we're going to find a realm together. Some of the functionality that we're adding here in the next week is a display that shows which server your friends are in. So it'll be really easy to, you know, even if you're not in a party, you can just join a server that they're in really easily. So we'll be adding that soon. So we go to find a realm, I join a server. Once you're in a server, over here on the top left, you'll see the party frames. So you can see that my name has the crown, and then my friend is below me. And right now it's showing that he's in the main menu, and he doesn't have or his health bar is blank. And that's because he hasn't joined the server yet. We've added different types of chats. So here you can see I type /W, which stands for whisper, which is basically just a direct message system. Okay, he tells me he's going to join the server. Then as soon as he enters the realm, I can see his health bar. Okay, and so here you can see that the health bars are visible and shared for both of us. So I'm full health, but I could see him taking damage. And then he dies. His status changes to dead. Then as soon as he comes back to life, his health bar will fill back up, and it's easy for me to see. Okay, and so you saw when I was in the main menu, there's the little plus sign next to all of your friends' names, so that's how you invite them to your party from the main menu. But when you're inside the game, there are a couple different ways to do it. The first way is that if they have typed anything in the chat, you can right-click their name in the chat and invite to party. So they can join your party that way. If they haven't sent a message recently, the other way to do it is if you open your world map, you have a friend list here, and there's a little plus sign next to their name here as well. You can click the plus sign and invite them to your party that way. And this is what it looks like if you're in-game in a server and you receive an invite to join someone else's party. So it shows up just as a chat message on the left side. And what you can do is press enter to open the chat and free up your mouse. And then you can click on the join button to join their party. Okay, and the last thing here is that in addition to the /W direct message chat, we've also implemented a party chat. So obviously if you have more than 2 people in your party, you're going to want to communicate sometimes with everyone. So by tapping /P, you can speak in the party chat to everyone that's in your group. So /W for direct messaging to someone, /P for speaking to everyone in your party. And then the default without typing anything else is the global chat, which is speaking to everyone on the server. All right, that's it for today. Thank you to those who submitted questions. Please feel free to jump in at any time in our Discord community and submit questions. We'll either answer them directly through Discord as a typed message, or sometimes we'll answer them here in videos like this. So keep them coming. The next time we do one of these will be in the new year. So happy holidays, happy new year, and we'll see you next time.